All right, guys, welcome back to Call Your DFS, the process. It's a millionaire maker. I think I'm gonna do something a little different this because it's the first week of football. I'm gonna make a millionaire lineup, and I'm gonna explain each position. I'm gonna go from Draftkings to Fanduel to Draftkings, so on and so forth. However, I'm gonna start at the bottom with my defense. My defense on Fanduel it's gonna be Houston. Um, I do like Buffalo, but Buffalo lost a few guys that kind of sits bad with me, and I don't think that Buffalo would do what I need them to do. So I'm gonna go with Houston for now for my defense. For my kicker, and this is all on FanDuel as you can see, I'm gonna go with Tucker. So and honestly, the other option would have been Novak, but I don't trust Houston's offense to get them close like I would want them to get them. Like Jacksonville, it's not a team you can really sleep on. Cincinnati has a better defensive squad this year, but not enough to just completely stop Baltimore from driving the ball. So, with that said, I'm going to pick Tucker. Now for tight end, I'm gonna skip over tight end for now. I'm gonna skip over tight end. I'm gonna jump around. I'm gonna jump back and forth, and I'll tell you why. I want to see how much salary I have left, and I'm sorry about the notifications. I'm very into DFS, so I don't play MLB that much, but I stay informed. But anyways, yeah. So quarterback. For the Millie Maker, there's two quarterbacks that I'm looking at. One of them I think is going to be highly owned, and I don't want to take the chance of getting him because he's known to score a lot of make a lot of passes and get a lot of passing yards, but he's also known to get one or two interceptions a game with one, maybe two touchdowns a game, and I just don't trust that simply because his wide receiver core has diminished from last season, and that's Kirk Cousins. So with that being said, I'm going to leave Kirk Cousins alone, and I'm going to go all the way down. Also, a good quarterback is Carson Wentz. However, I don't think this is going to be his game. And there's going to be some individuals I'm going to target, especially on FanDuel, from the Philly-Washington game, but Wentz, I just don't want him right now. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit further, and I'm going to get Brian Hoyer. Now, the reason why I like Brian Hoyer, simply because he's he loves to throw the ball deep. He's a deep ball threat. He's a quarterback's quarterback in a sense. He can really launch it. He has an arm. However, the only concern I really do have is the fact that last season he got injured, and I don't know how that might play out. Now, what I will say is he has a great chemistry with his new team. So, and then with Shanahan coming over from Atlanta to San Francisco, I think that's going to make for a great game come Sunday. So I'm going to pick Hoyer as my quarterback. FanDuel for running backs, I'm going to skip that for now. I'm going to go to wide receiver. I want to see what type of salary I have left over. We have a lot of wide receivers that we can choose from. It was brought up to my attention that, the more popular receivers to get would be Cooper and Crabtree. However, Cooper has the upside to really upset Tennessee, and I don't think Tennessee has a great defense. I'm sorry. Derek Carr and Cooper and Crabtree are going to have a field day with Tennessee. That's what I believe. However, the red zone threat is going to be from Michael Crabtree. From what I'm being told, I can't say that the research that I've put in suggests otherwise. It's like you either get one or the other. One may do a little bit better than the other, or they may do around the same. Now, the upside that Cooper has is the yardage. He will probably have more yardage than Crabtree. However, the upside that Crabtree has is he may get the touchdown and Cooper may not, and there might be some random wide receiver that gets another touchdown. That's the upside Crabtree. You can almost guarantee that Crabtree may get a touchdown. However, it's a crapshoot. But for argument's sakes, since this is a GPP, a milli maker that I'm entering, I'm going to go with Crabtree and stir away from Cooper because I think he's going to be more owned than anything. So I'm going to get Crabtree. Then I'm going to go down to my next wide receiver slot. Let's see who I have here. And I'm scrolling through it. I'm really scrolling through it because I don't really have faith in a lot of the wide receivers. Now, Rashard Matthews, I just don't think he's going to be the guy to really do it for me. I think there's going to be another person on his team that I might want to target at as a receiver. Not really a receiver, wide receiver, but more so as a tight end, and that's Delanie Walker. So I'm going to keep scrolling down. See who... Actually, no, I'm not going to scroll down. Am I scrolling down? Yeah, let's see. Can I find this guy? Okay, yeah. Let me type him in. Calvin Benjamin. All right, so Calvin Benjamin, I think he's going to have a great game against San Francisco. He's a deep threat. I think he's easily going to get a touchdown. He's easily going to get yardage. The only concern I have for this is that I need Cam Newton to be on his A game. He doesn't really have the best arm, but if he can just get it to Calvin Benjamin, he can really do damage against San Francisco. But one of my favorite plays it just has to be, and you're probably going to be like, why would you pick this guy? It doesn't make sense. It's going to have to be a Goodwin, Marquise Goodwin. The reason why I'm picking him is simply because he has the speed and efficiency to do what Brian Hoyer wants him to do, and that's throw the deep ball. He has the speed to run down and catch that deep ball and beat the defenders. So for that sense of purpose only, I'm going to get Marcus Goodwin. A lot of people are probably going to say Pierre Gasson or somebody else, but I think I'm going to pair Hoyer with Goodwin. Now for tight end, I have 8K to play with. I'm going to go with Delanie Walker at tight end. Not because he's in a juicy matchup, but because I believe that the defensive pressure is going to be on Rashard Matthews, and Delanie Walker is going to be that gun check guy. All right, so looking at it, I have 9,400, 9,300. The most obvious play that most people are going to, if you look at, I only have 2 spots to get right now, and if I wanted to, I can gun check somebody like Tucker for Novak or something like that, and I can get Le'Veon Bell or David Johnson. However, I just don't see it happening for Le'Veon Bell. I don't have a lot of faith in him this game. I think it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be ideal for him. So, being that I feel that way and I think that way, I'm going to go with David Johnson as my RB1. RB1 for me is somebody that can do it all. He's a workhorse. He can run the ball. He can catch. He can just do it all. Now, here's where I'm going to get a little tricky at. And I hope that it pays off, because in this GPP, I really would need this guy to come through for me. And I have some concerns. I just don't think he's in sync with his new team yet. However, they got him for a reason, because of his prowess at the red zone. He's not a Marshawn Lynch, but he did lead the league in rushing touchdowns with the Patriots, and I think if they get in good distance, he can do the same with Philly. He didn't look great this preseason, but I think he might be a sleeper. So there you go for my FanDuel lineup. I'm going to go with Hoyer, Johnson, Blount, Crabtree, Benjamin, Goodwin, Walker, Tucker, and the Texans as my defense with $3,000 left in salary. That's going to be for my Fanduel Millie Maker, one of my lineups. All right. And now for my Draftkings Millie Maker lineup. It's going to be pretty much similar. I'm going to go with the Texans as for my defense. I'm going to go with I'm going to hold off on my tight end. And my quarterback, I'm going to go with Hoyer. The reason why I'm holding off on my tight end because I want to see how much revenue I have left. It's going to be the same, pretty much the same offense or lineup as my Fanduel with the exception. And going down to my running back for my second running back, I'm going to go with Jordan Howard. And the reason being is because with Fanduel, the touchdowns make all the difference. I'm not saying that Jordan Howard will not get a touchdown. He will, but let's just say Blunt has the opportunity to get 2 or 3 touchdowns. I don't see Howard getting 3 touchdowns. I see him getting 1, maybe 2. So with that being said, on DraftKings, the more yards a running back or a receiver can get, the better they are, whether they get a touchdown or not. So I'm going to go with Jordan Howard on my DraftKings lineup. Now, for my wide receiving core, it's going to be pretty much the same format. I'm not going to stir away from it. I think I'm going to keep Crabtree. I'm going to bring Benjamin back. And I'm going to bring Marquise Goodwin back to pair up with my quarterback. Why did I do that? To pair up with my quarterback. Now, with my tight end, I think I'm going to go with Delanie Walker. I have $6,000 to play with for my flex. I have Martavius Bryant. I think he's going to be a sleeper player or a great pick for this weekend. However, I want to have the opportunity to see what he's going to do first, if that makes sense. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit further and see who I got to play with. I'm not touching McCaffrey. Isaiah Crowell is a great play. However, I put him in the category of an RB2, and that means for me, RB2s are somebody that can run it down your throat. Not much involved in the passing game, and can't really do it all. So the RB2 is the category I place Crowell in. Because that's the case, I'm gonna skip over him and look for a RB1 or a running back that's on his way to being a RB1, and that person is going to be, you know what? It's going to be Carlos Hyde. Instead of getting a receiver, I'm going to go with Carlos Hyde because, like I said, Hoyer has a great chemistry with his new team. Hyde is included in that chemistry. Goodwin is included in that chemistry. And you have a few lesser-known or smaller-name players. But it's hard to really depict if they're going to get the touchdowns or the yardage. However, I think the sleeper play for San Francisco is going to be Marquise Goodwin. And there you go. So I have Hoyer, David Johnson, Jordan Howard, Michael Crabtree, Kelvin Benjamin, Marquise Goodwin, Delanie Walker, Carlos Hyde, and the Texans as defense. All right, so I feel like this is week 1. I don't mind giving it out to my viewers. Hey, look, this is how I approach games. This is how I look at it. This is what I think is going to happen. Here you go, a free lineup. How about that? All right. If you like what I did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Oh, wait, sorry. Hold on. Let me submit. All right. Now I'm out.